Welcome to MCSE TV. Now guys, tomorrow at 3 p.m. we take on Southampton at home in the Premier League. Now guys, I wish I could say that I'm confident about Southampton at home, but I'm not, which isn't ideal really, is it? I wish I could sit here and be really confident saying we're going to get all 3 points, we're going to keep a clean sheet, etc, etc, but I can't. I'm honestly not feeling very confident for this game at all. I always think Southampton are one of them teams that can catch us out. I think they are a difficult side to play, you know. They're a good side and they've been doing well this season. So yeah, it's going to be tough. Yes, we have got the home advantage, but does that really matter at the moment? So before I carry on with the preview, I just want to take a minute to look at the results Southampton have got recently and just reflect on that. So far this season, they obviously lost against Everton 3-1. They drew with Manchester United 1-1. They drew with Newcastle 2-2. They drew with West Ham 0-0. They drew with Manchester City away 0-0. And recently they lost against Wolves 1-0. But if you look at their results since the start of the season, like, they've done well against the big teams, let's face it. I mean, drawing against Man City away at the Etihad, like, wow, that is pretty decent, isn't it, really? So they're not going to be messing around tomorrow. They're going to want to get the 3 points, you know, and I'm sure they'll push us to our limits and pose a massive threat. We haven't had it easy this season, and I think the players are going to be shattered tomorrow, and it'll be really interesting to see what team Tuchel selects on Saturday afternoon. He's been full of surprises when he's been picking the starting 11s for different games recently. Like, sometimes when he selects a team, it's not always what fans expect, and then you go onto Twitter and sometimes there's a meltdown, and then sometimes everyone's like buzzing, but it's never 100% what you expect. And I think I said it in my recent video, you can tell Tuchel doesn't like to be predictable either, and he likes to try out different things. So it's going to be really interesting to see who he goes with on Saturday, especially after losing our last 2 games. It's going to be interesting to see how he changes things up, and if he changes things up. It'll say a lot maybe what team he actually selects tomorrow. And let's face it, the pressure is on us massively tomorrow. We're on the back of 2 losses. One in the Champions League against Juventus, away, obviously we lost 1-0. And then last Saturday, we obviously lost against Manchester City at Stamford Bridge. So yeah, we've got a lot to play for tomorrow, and it's going to be really, really difficult. And it will have knocked the players' confidence. I'm sure it will. Like, what is going wrong? Why is everything going so wrong at the moment? We were doing so well, getting the results we needed, and then suddenly we lose 2 games, and then it just feels really hard hitting because it's maybe not what any of us really expected necessarily. So yeah, it's going to be really, really hard tomorrow, and the players know they need to turn up because the fans are going to get frustrated. If we lose again tomorrow, yeah, we're going to be really, really frustrated. That just cannot happen again. So yeah, fingers crossed we bounce back. It's crucial we bounce back tomorrow. There's no other option but to get 3 points tomorrow. It's a home game, it's at Stamford Bridge. We have to get the 3 points. It's a must. It's not a maybe, it's a must. So yeah, but you heard it here first, we will bounce back. And if we do bounce back tomorrow, people will calm down again, because everyone's watching Chelsea at the moment because we've had 2 bad results. But we win tomorrow and things change again. And it doesn't take much for things to change in football, does it? Things can change quickly, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Anyways, guys, let's reflect on Thomas Tuchel's press conference. Now, he said some really interesting things today, so let's see what he said. So he talked about back-to-back defeats, first of all, and I think that's the most important thing, isn't it, really? Because all of us fans are looking, thinking, how are we going to bounce back now? What do we do? Where do we go from here? Because things are feeling really bad for us, for Chelsea and us fans at the moment. So that's the first thing he reflected on. And he said, we haven't trained a lot. Yesterday was a recovery day. Those who played 90 minutes in Turin haven't done a lot. It is always about reaction. We always demand the very best from us. Nobody likes to lose. We hate to lose. We need to respect the quality of our opponents. We were not really bad. We have played good matches. It was not long ago, we miss a little step from 90% to 100%, we have to question ourselves deeply. Now, I found that quote really interesting because I think some fans might disagree there, because things have been quite bad recently, and from what Tuchel's saying there, he isn't fully expressing that things have been dreadful. And I know you've got to try and shine light on a negative situation, but 90 to 100%, I think there's a little bit more work to do than 10%, you know? That's what I kind of thought from that anyways. Let me guys know what you thought. Injury news. When I saw it, I thought maybe Reece goes with the water polo teams as he's training in the pool. I'm surprised. My understanding is that he will not go. Tuchel was asked if standards have slipped the last 2 games. Yeah, that's... ooh. Yeah, he said, both clubs have experience and players to work you. If it happens, it doesn't feel good. Did we play our best level? No. Man City made us underperform. We felt as well prepared. Against Juventus, could we reach our best level? No. It is a concentration game. It reminds me of Atletico in Bucharest. We played an almost similar game and won 1-0 with a goal ruled out, then given by VAR. It was maybe easier than to be calm and concentrated, and now it is tougher again to play away games. We will not be the last team to lose against Juventus. And Tuchel was also asked, how much did you miss Mason Mount? We need to be careful. He had a rough time at Tottenham. It is not time on single players. We of course missed Mason. The whole team missed Kante and Mason, of course. That's why he plays. Reece James too. Yes, of course. Pulisic, of course. We have a squad, and the duty for me as a coach to find a solution. It is possible to win games with Mason. And tired players concerned. And that's obviously what a journalist asked Thomas Tuchel. Because maybe people are looking and thinking, well, why have Chelsea suddenly gone down a little bit? What's gone wrong? And I think people are picking out tiredness as an issue. And a journalist obviously asked Thomas Tuchel if he was concerned about the players being tired. And he said yes. But it is logical when you play this much. It feels a little bit like we are carrying mental weight on our shoulders from expectations. Someone told me several years ago that if players look like this, then you can threaten them or calm them down. 99% of the time you calm them down. Trust in what we do, what we are, support the group, and let the players support each other. We are looking for the last 10%. So that's what Thomas Tuchel said. Really interesting quotes there. And the fact that he did say he was worried that the players were tired was really interesting. He never tried to cover that up and say, oh, well, it's just football, this is what it's all about. He said, no, yes, I am concerned. So it does maybe show that that's maybe one reason as to why we aren't doing well at the moment. And I've addressed that. You guys are probably sick of me saying it by now. Every preview, every review, I always say we have a heavy match schedule and the players are tired. I say them 2 things every time because it is such an impactful issue, you know. If you're tired, you're not going to perform to the best level possible when you're a footballer, I don't think. So it is a massive issue. And how do you get around that? I don't know, because it's a heavy match schedule. Yeah, you can have squad rotation, but the squad rotation of recent hasn't always worked. And Tuchel's maybe rushed into things and then we lose a game like Man City. And when obviously he changed it up a little bit. So yeah, we're just going to have to see what happens. But really interesting quotes from Tuchel today. And you can tell that he's taken it, but he does know there is a lot of issues there that's out of his control, i.e. tiredness and stuff. But it's maybe about how he can fix that, and it's rotating the squad. But yeah, let's see what happens tomorrow. I am scared. I haven't given my score prediction yet either. I'm going to go Chelsea 2, Southampton 1. I do think we're going to concede a goal. I don't necessarily expect a massive, really exciting game of entertaining football. But all I'm going to say is, as long as we get the job done, I think everyone will be calm about it. We don't necessarily have to put a stunning performance out there. Just as long as we fight and we get the 3 points, I don't really think anyone will necessarily care about how we do it. Just as long as we get the win, get that confidence lifted a bit, get the momentum going again, and let's see what happens. So yes, thank you so much for watching, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down below all your pre-match thoughts, your score predictions, and your predicted team lineup. Guys, don't forget to tune in straight after kick-off tomorrow. I'll be bringing you my match review. Also, guys, just a quick note before I finish this video. I didn't do my match review for the Juventus game the other night. I was on a city break, so apologies for that. But yeah, I just had like a little bit of a break, but I am back now. Not that you guys will care anyways, because we lost. And mind you though, disappointing, when I did my Man City review the other day, I got a lot of views when we'd lost. So I don't know whether people expect me to just sit there and cry or rant or something, but there was none of that. So sorry to disappoint anybody. But the viewing figures when we lose go up, and that is sad because they should be up when we're winning. We can celebrate all together. But yeah, anyways guys, if you are going to the game tomorrow, enjoy it. Let's go and get all 3 points. It's about time, hey, up the Chels. Thanks.